Welcome back to Attitude After Results, presented by the one, the only, Teamwork Online. Also, if you haven't been keeping up with Teamwork Online recently, they did post a job for the Los Angeles Lakers that went viral on ESPN, so they're kind of a big deal. And that's one of our partners, along with the Clubhouse, who some of our incredible guests coming up here are going to be from the Clubhouse, and we're going to be talking with a bunch of strong women in the industry. So I know it's been a gap in our process. We've not had a woman guest on the podcast here. We're going to pretty quickly. So stay tuned for that. I'm very, very excited for that. Let's get into it. Today, put yourself in rooms that you don't belong in. Figure out a way to get a seat at the table. Put yourself in a space, in a networking group, in a meeting, in a conversation, a phone call, a text message, a LinkedIn message, a social media DM. Figure out a way to talk to people that are 45 steps above you and figure out a way how to learn from that man or woman. Today's episode, Hunter and I were actually talking about earlier. I don't know how we haven't done an episode on this topic yet. This is one of our favorite things to say. If you've been around Hunter and I for any extended period of time or any non-extended period of time, you basically need about an hour, and we're pretty much going to say it. You've most likely heard us say this before. Go get in rooms that you don't belong in. And that's because it's true. It's 100% true. If you can put yourself in rooms that you don't belong in, you get to learn from people that are 10 steps ahead of you. The old Chinese proverb, if you want to know where you're going, just ask the person coming back from the mountain. Go learn from people that are above you, way above you, men and women who have done this before. It'll cut your time. That's why mentorship is so important. That's why the coaching platform that we have is so important. That's why podcasts like this are so important. Hunter and I talked about it consistently. If we had this when we were younger, we would have been ahead of the game. That's why we do this. That's why we're passionate about this. We want to help people who we once were. So go get in rooms that you don't belong in. If you walk into the room and you're the smartest person in the room, what's your thought? Where does your head go? If you walk into the room and you look at everybody in there and you say, I'm the smartest person here. How does that make you feel? Does your ego get all stroked? Do you feel all good and fuzzy and warm inside? That's the problem. If you walk into a room and you're the smartest person, that's the wrong room. That's the wrong number. It's the wrong room to be in. You don't want to put yourself in rooms where you're the smartest. You want to put yourselves in rooms where you can learn the most. I'm going to challenge you to think differently today. If you don't want to think differently today, you're probably not listening in the first place, because we have all the losers gone. Everybody that listens to this is a winner. Somebody challenged me with this a while back to think about it differently, and I'm very thankful for that. So I feel compelled to challenge you today because I think it's going to impact you as well. Before we get started, I have to shout out our team. I have to brag on my team, not myself, my team. We have a team of 9. Our team is crushing their summer internships right now. I just want to take a moment and shout them out. Our team is phenomenal, all 9 of them. They're absolutely incredible. And the only reason you all see our content every week, you might not like seeing our content every week. You might be like, dude, stop showing your face on social media. The only reason that you see it is because of them. So if you don't like seeing my face on social media, that's a them problem, not a me problem, so don't attack me for it. Our team is, I can't even begin to put into words. We have 7 people that are not in full-time roles a couple months ago. Hunter and I being the only 2 with full-time roles. 2 individuals on our team have had, so Sydney and Veronica have gotten full-time roles, and everybody else has an internship this summer. How special is that? That people coming into the podcast to learn, to grow, to take a chance. Take a chance on a farm kid from Wisconsin and a rural kid from Iowa, and Hunter and I, take a chance and say, I want to help you, I want to help people grow, I want to help people listening to this podcast grow, and I'm so proud of them. I am so proud of them. There were 9 of us on our team, and only 3 of us are in the same state as we were a month and a half ago. How crazy is that? So, I'm very excited for our team. They deserve that shout out. They don't get it enough. Let's get in today. The objective of today's episode is to physically and virtually put yourself in rooms that you might right now don't necessarily belong in. The door's open. Door's open. You just have to go find the door. And you got to have the skills to walk through it. Or the courage to walk through. You might not even need the skills to walk through that door. You might just need the courage. And I'm here today to give you the courage. I believe in you. You have the courage to walk through the door. I believe it. And if you don't, I'm going to give you a couple tips today that hopefully give you the push that you need. Yes, you're listening right now and you want to walk through the door. You want to LinkedIn message that person. You want to reach out to that CEO. You want to reach out to that content creator. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? You haven't had the push yet. Today's the push. This is the push that you needed. Let's strap in and get to it. Talk about getting in rooms you don't belong in. We're also going to talk about staying sharp and ABL. Always be learning. Not to be confused with JBL, which is a speaker company, or BBL, which I don't feel comfortable talking about on the podcast. So I want to be very clear on that. Not JBL, not BBL, but ABL. It would be found in the phone book first. Half of you probably don't even know what a phone book is. But ABL would be found in the phone book first because A is the first letter and it's in the first, chronological order. It's in the phone book. ABL, always be learning. And then the third pact is impact. Who are you impacting? As the old saying goes, you don't know unless you ask. The worst you're going to get told is no. That's the worst thing you're going to get told. If you go ask somebody to have a conversation, hey, can I go get in that meeting? No. Oh, bummer, I'm right back to where I started. I had a chance when I was working in Phoenix to work with a massive company who was thinking about putting their name on the building. One of the biggest deals that you can close in sports is a naming rights deal, and my client had an opportunity to go and have that asset to themselves. A deal that I was not working on. It was only our CRO and our director of partnerships. Way above my head. Millions of dollars on the table. Went out to my CRO and said, hey, that's my client. I have a pretty good relationship with them. What are the chances that I can get in their room? What are the chances I can sit in on that meeting? He said, yeah, you can do that. Boom, let's go. I'm in a room that I don't necessarily belong in 4 years into my career. I sit in on the first 2 meetings, and then I got kicked out of the rest of them. They were like, you know what? You provide no value. You can leave. And that's okay, because guess what? I got to sit in 2 meetings for a naming rights deal. I'll close a naming rights deal one day. I might have a team that closes a naming rights deal one day. And now I have some experience. Getting kicked out was kind of a kick in the, the middle section a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. I like saying closed mouths don't get fed. You don't ask, you'll never get. You've heard this before, but Callie and I've had some wonderful experiences. There have been people that have come into my life that I never thought would come into my life and have been big pieces because of just asking questions. That could be the same with a spouse. You'll never go on a date if you don't ask anybody out. Fairly confident in that. Unless they ask you out, which could happen. Closed mouths don't get fed. Especially in sales. If you never ask for the sale, 35% of salespeople don't close because they don't ask for the sale. What a dumb statistic. Literally, your job is to ask for the sale. It's to sell things. 35% of salespeople don't ask for the sale. It's the dumbest statistic out there because it's your job to sell things. And you're not going to sell if you don't ask for it. But people are afraid to do it. I don't blame them for being afraid. I was in the same boat. It has taken me 4 years to build confidence, and I'm still not there all the way. But closed mouths will never get fed. So get out of your comfort zone and start asking questions. Start asking people to get in rooms, have conversations. I got a pretty cool story that happened about a month or two ago at this point. A guy by the name of David Meltzer. If you guys don't know who he is, I just encourage you actually to go look him up. He's a serial entrepreneur. He co-founded the company Sports One Marketing. He's a host of an entrepreneurial podcast called The Playbook. He's a top 100 business coach in America right now. He's a global public speaker. The minimum fee for him to speak to you, for you just to listen to him, is $100,000 every time. He's a 3-time international best-selling author. And he's been honored as a sports humanitarian of the year. I don't even know what that means, but that sounds pretty cool. He's also the CEO of the company who the movie Jerry Maguire was based off of. Guy's pretty cool. David Meltzer also lost $100 million. He started a $100 million company and lost it all and started from zero. The guy knows failure. The guy knows business. The guy knows relationships. And the guy knows content really, really well. And I saw some of his content, and I love his content. Same stuff we talk about here. So I reached out to his team. Said, hey, would love to have a conversation. Love to get together. Want to know what you're doing. See this coaching platform you got over here? I'm running the coaching platform. Maybe we can learn from each other. He probably can't learn a ton from me because he's 50 years experience more in the exact same field. But I got a lot to learn from him. So I reached out to his team. I asked to connect. Got his office manager. Started a conversation. She said, hey, there's this VIP event coming up in Phoenix. And she's good at what she does, obviously. You should go to this VIP event. David Meltzer's coming to town. You can meet him in person. I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. Like, I'd love to have dinner. And the way that she phrased it sounded like David just, like, randomly wanted to have dinner with Tanner Natsky. And that I should just, like, text him and we should get dinner while he's in town. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, sure, I'll do that. I don't know why I deserve to be in the same room as him, but yeah, whatever. She's like, cool, dinner's $5,000. You want, wire it or is credit card cool? I was like, whoa. $5,000 for a dinner, what am I eating? Better be like gold bar or something. I better get a prize at the end of the dinner. I don't know. $5,000 for a dinner? I think I'm good on that. I value relationships a lot, and high-level individuals are great, but I don't value that money right now. She's like, okay, I hear you. How about we just get you on a Instagram Live? Go Instagram Live with David Meltzer for 10 minutes. He does these every, I think it was Monday morning. Does every Monday morning. You'll have 10 minutes with him. He'll have no idea who you are. He'll get on the screen and start asking questions immediately that are prepared. You'll get 3 questions. You'll be Instagram Live. It's a good way for him to at least know the face. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So we get in. She's like, when does it work for you? I said, anytime in June works. Cool, sounds good. Text me the next morning and says, hey. Text me on Friday and says, hey, there's a spot open on Monday. You got to do it first thing in the morning on Monday. Got to go. Are you ready? I said, yeah, sure. Let's do it. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I like being in those rooms. Let's do it. We get on the call Monday, and David goes, oh, you're in Phoenix. Like, I have this event coming up. Like, you should get dinner with me. It's actually tonight. And I had completely forgotten. This is a month and a half later, guys. I had completely forgotten that this dinner was even happening. And he's like, hey, I'm actually I think he was in San Diego at the time. I'm going to be in Phoenix for dinner. And then I got to go to Vegas for a conference Tuesday. But, like, you should come on Monday to dinner. I'm like, cool, sounds good. And he's like, awesome, see you there. And he hops off. I was like, okay, sounds good. So, as the salesperson I am, I doctor up a text message to the office manager, which at this point, a month and a half in, her and I have created a relationship. We've done nothing. She set up the Instagram Live, and that's about it. That's no money has been transacted anywhere. So I doctor up this text message real nice and salesy. Not salesy, just relationship-based. Say, hey, David invited me to dinner this evening. He told me to text you to get it all set up, which was all true. He did tell me to text his office manager to get it set up. Said, hey, he told me to come to dinner. You should set it up. She said, all right, sounds good. I'll get you a table. Still $5K. Said, hey, appreciate you not paying the $5K. All right, well, it's last minute. David said, I'll get you in. So it wasn't $5K. It was a good sum of money. So I call Callie immediately, and I'm getting to a point. Just sit there for a little bit. I call Callie. That morning, my windshield had a crack in it right across the middle. So Callie drove me to work because she was going to go get my car fixed during the day. So she drove me to work, and then she was home. And then I called her and said, hey, can we use some of our wedding money so I can go to this dinner tonight? I think it's going to be impactful. The amount of money that he gave me was what I would value towards this dinner. It's a lot of money, but I think it's important to get in these rooms with these people. She said yes without question. I know what she knows what I value. She said yes, no question. You got it. Cool, sounds good. Also, hey, this is me to Callie. Hey, Callie, I'm going to need you to come back downtown and pick me up and take me to the event because I don't have a vehicle. Okay, sounds good. So I was busy, quote unquote busy, before this event came up, but I valued this more. I prioritized this dinner more. So we did this dinner. She comes back in to town. She grabs me. She also has to bring me a suit because I don't have a suit with me at work that day. So she took me to work, then comes back, brings me a suit in my Nissan Altima with a shattered windshield. My dress shoes were packed for the move to Carolina, so they were dusty, they were crinkled a little bit. So I'm also going from a work meeting because I didn't have this on my schedule earlier. And so on the way to the event, I'm sweating, I'm putting my suit on, I'm trying to like clear off some stains with my licking my thumb. All of a sudden I look at my shoes and they're dusty, they're wrinkly. I was like, oh my goodness. So I literally take my whole hand and just lick the whole hand and just start rubbing my shoes. Like I'm like cleaning my shoes with my hand because they're dusty. And I'm about to walk in to a dinner event with 40 or 50 high-level individuals who all paid $5,000 to go to this event. And I'm in there just licking my hand and trying to clean my shoes as much as I can because I don't want to look like a slob. I looked at Callie as I was doing that. She dropped me off. I said, thank you for coming to get me. This is a crazy chain of events right now, but we're going to be putting events on like that one day. And I never walked into the event yet. I didn't even know what the event entailed. I said, we're going to be putting events on like that one day. And I truly believe that. She looked at me because she believes in me and said, I know. I go in, I get to have an hour and a half of undivided attention with David Meltzer, with me and 9 other people, and then go and have dinner with 50 or 60 people in the room and created some incredible relationships. We've scheduled a couple phone calls with individuals. We have grown those connections. One of them was a Major League Baseball player who has gotten my dad and me tickets to games already this summer. Phenomenal connections that have expanded my mindset, and now I know what those look like for when I go and put those on one day for people. Because I believe coaching and teaching is something that I'm passionate about and something God's given me a talent at. Maybe you guys disagree. If you do, you can shoot me a text. I won't read it, but you can shoot me a text and let me know if you disagree with that. But it's the value of getting in rooms. And what do you need to do to get in those rooms? It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be handed to you on a silver platter. What are you going to do to get in those rooms with people that are that much higher than you? Is it monetary value? Is it a little bit of courage? Is it a little bit of confidence? Skill training, reading books, listening to podcasts? I don't know what that is for you, but I do know that getting yourself in rooms and preparing for moments that you cannot plan is very important. Are you preparing for moments that you cannot plan right now? What are you doing with your extra time? Are you reading books? Are you training? Are you going out and meeting people? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you talking with individuals about business ideas? Because when the moment comes, you got a split-second decision. When she offered me that dinner for a price that I felt valuable, I had a split-second decision. Do I call my wife, cancel plans that evening, and spend some of our wedding money? Most people take a honeymoon with their wedding money. We have decided to do other things with it. Or do I just stay the status quo Am I prepared enough in the moment when it comes? Because we never know when that moment is going to come. Am I prepared enough? Am I doing enough right now to prepare myself to be in that room when the time comes? How do we stay sharp? How do you prepare for when that moment comes? You feel confident and comfortable to just, boom. Maybe you don't even feel comfortable. You just like, you know what? I got this. Let me go get in that room. I don't know everything. I'll just go ask questions. Or I'll listen. Because listening is a phenomenal skill too. Are we continuously learning so we can be in that room when the time comes? One of those ways is the form of mentors. I believe mentors are massive. Kelly and I bought 2 properties in Phoenix. We had no business buying 2 properties. We had a mentor who walked us through it. And we had no idea what we were doing. Hunter and I have had mentors in the sports industry. We had no idea what we're doing. We have mentors. That's what we are as well, right? Our coaching business is a mentorship for young individuals. We've put over 25 people directly into the sports industry. We're not getting paid for that. Go get a mentor. Some of it could be paid. Some of it doesn't have to be paid. And I challenge you also, get a mentor for different areas of your life. This might hurt some feelings. Don't go to your mom and dad for business advice if they've never ran a business. There's nothing wrong with farmers or nurses or teachers or firefighters or police officers. We need them, and I don't envy their position. But if they don't have a business, don't go to them for business advice. Don't go to a businesswoman who's a billionaire and has sold and built 3 or 4 companies with 4 divorces for relationship advice. You get where I'm going? Find different mentors for different areas of your life. My parents are a wonderful group of mentors for my relationship with Callie. But I'm not going to them to buy rental properties because they've never done it. So go get different mentors in your life for different areas of your life. You're working on different projects, different people. How do you do that? How do you get new people? How do you get different people in your life to be mentors? Go freaking ask. Go ask people and get told no. Go ask people. Get out of your comfort zone. Go be in rooms that you don't belong in. Go ask people to help you out. People want to help, and you're not getting ahead in life because you're afraid. You're not getting ahead in life because you're afraid to have words come out of your mouth. Is that really what we're doing? We're afraid of sounds coming out of our mouth. Go ask the question. Go get people in your life that want to help you. We challenge you to make one outreach. Here's a challenge for you, actionable step. Go make one outreach, just one engagement to somebody above your title right now, and one below your title, and one person outside of your industry. If that's college, if you're in a university right now, go talk to a high schooler. Go talk to somebody in the professional world, and go talk to somebody who went right out of high school and is the same age as you and not in college. If you're in the work field right now, go talk to somebody higher than you, lower than you, outside of your industry. If you're the lowest person in the totem pole, good for you. Go talk to somebody in a different department who's also low in the totem pole. Just one of those 3 a week. That's it. 3 people a week. You think it's going to be that tough to have 3 conversations a week? Probably not. Probably not. Let's exclude. We'll be easier on you. You're like, oh my goodness, Tanner, that's so many people. Let's do this then. Let's take out 4 weeks. 4 weeks, so maybe that's a holiday or vacation, or maybe you guys are just super lazy. Whatever it is, we'll take out 4 weeks. So there's at least 48 weeks left in the year times 3 people per week is 144 people. You multiply that by 10 years, just 10, just 1 decade. You're going to work for 3 decades, 4 decades, My dad's going to work for 8 decades because that's just who he is. Some people are like that. And some people are trust fund babies, so maybe they don't ever work. Whatever your prerogative is, we're just going to do 10 years. That is 1,140 people that you get to connect and have conversations with. You like that math? It's pretty good. I did it myself. Actually, that's a lie. Hunter did it, and I'm just taking credit for it. You don't think you'll get ahead of the game? You don't think you'll get ahead of the game you're playing if you go connect with 1,440 connections? Also, I'm just reading my notes again, and I did math wrong the first time, so I guess I will give Hunter the credit because it was wrong. So, no, it's 100% my fault. 1,440 connections in 10 years. You don't think you'll get ahead of the game if you do that? You're going to be so far ahead, you're not even going to know who's behind you. You're not even going to know who's behind you at that point. What else can you do? What else can you do to get ahead, to stay sharp, to ABL? Go get a book. Go get a podcast. It's easier than ever before to consume learning materials. Go listen to motivational TikToks. If TikTok is your thing, go do that. Go make your feed all motivational and inspirational feeding. Go to Spotify, Apple, Audible, Duolingo for a new language. Whatever that is, go learn. Go get ready. Go prepare to be in rooms that you don't belong in. The kicker of all of this is we have to schedule this. We have to schedule this. In grade school, this is crazy to me. In grade school, we schedule time to learn because we had classes. In high school, we do the same thing. In college, we schedule time to study. I never did, but most people do. I didn't really study a whole ton. I was just that smart. Just kidding. I was just not that motivated at the time because I didn't have podcasts like this to listen to, which you guys have. How good for you guys. In college, we have set time for classes. And then once we leave the education system, they're just like, hey, go do it. Don't ever schedule time to learn ever again. Just go do whatever you're told. The easiest way to learn is to create a system where you can systematically learn. And that might be creating a rewards-based system for you, right? Stay loyal to your rewards-based system. Schedule time to learn. Otherwise, we find ourselves, we're just like, we'll just get around to it. For me, I schedule it during my lifts. I schedule it during my car rides. That's scheduling it. Doesn't have to be extremely robust, like every Tuesday at 1:30, I'm reading a book. Maybe it is for you. Maybe it's, hey, every time I'm in the car for 20 minutes or more, I'm listening to a book or a podcast. Hey, every time I go to the gym and walk on the treadmill, during that time on the treadmill, I'm listening to a book. You don't have to do it the whole workout, but every time I'm on a treadmill, it's a book or a podcast. And be consistent. Also, you can reward yourself with this. You can have fun with it. Create a reward system. Hey, if I read for 20 minutes today, I get a chocolate chip cookie. Hey, if I read for 20 minutes today, I get to go and listen to music during my next workout. I do that for myself. If I work out 4 times a week, I listen to podcasts and books 4 times a week. If I get to a 5th workout, I get to listen to music during that workout. That's my reward system. That's what triggers me like, dude, let's go again. You get to listen to music. And that's so fun because I never listen to music. And I turn on Christian rap music. It's the only time I will ever listen to rap music. It's Christian rap music because I want to engage and put things in my mind that are good for me. But I get to listen to rap music, and I never do that, and it's kind of fun sometimes. So, that's my reward system. But you got to track your progress. Also, there's no shortcuts. It's not like, oh, well, this is lift number 3, and I feel pretty good about myself. Like, now I get to go. No. Be disciplined. Don't be lazy. Be disciplined. Hold yourself accountable. The last point today is, who are you impacting? Because you're impacting somebody in some way. That's something you need to hear right now. That's something I needed to hear. You are impacting somebody in some way. What way is it? Just like we've said it before, you have a morning routine. And if you don't have one, that's your routine. If you don't think you're impacting somebody, it might be a neutral impact. It might be a negative impact. It might even be a positive impact. But how are you impacting people? Who are you impacting? Because we only know what we know. And we only know the successes that people share with us. We don't know the expansion of our reach. We don't know the expansion of who we get to impact. That's not up for us. As believers, that's up to God. He gets to decide where those go. It's our job just to plant the seeds. It's our job to just go get in the room. Plant the seed with your boss that you want in a promotion. Plant the seed with your professor that you want to live in a certain state. Plant the seed with your friend that you want to start a business. Sometimes it's not even about growing it. It's not even up to you to grow it. Sometimes if you're a believer, it's not up to us. But it is up to you to go plant the seed. Right? A couple different stories. I actually have a couple stories about who Attitude Effort Results got to impact. And this is cool because these are brought to us. This is not praising us in any way, but it gives you an idea of the impact that this podcast itself has on people and the impact that you get to create on people if you go and create that. So I got a couple different stories. The first is actually a middle-aged woman who wanted to start a nonprofit. And the podcast helped her with sales skills and helped her go and start that nonprofit. And she wanted funding for the nonprofit. And we actually gave her that push. How cool is that? How cool is that? Another one is Ethan. Ethan's a killer. He's out in Nashville right now doing an internship. He's on our sales team. He actually is so hungry to learn and grow that he came to us and was like, hey, I want to get involved. And we prioritize Ethan, and now he's got an internship to start his career. How cool is that? We're also going to help him prepare so that he can win. A goal of his is to go win a competition later in the year. So we're going to do everything we can to go and help him with that competition as we are building this Attitude Effort Results Sales Academy for people just like him. He's going to be on the back end learning that process. So he's going to have a massive impact on others because of it. Another one, actually, this is a really cool one. I have a friend who reached out. He said, hey, man, because of your podcast, I want to start my own. Seems like you're passionate about that. I have a passion, too. My job itself right now, not really a passion. I'm going to quit my job and start this new podcast. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Like, can you help me start this podcast? I just quit my job. I'm like, that's a little aggressive, I think. I think that's a little aggressive. I'm not advertising for you to leave your job. I repeat, I am not legally responsible for you leaving your job. I want that to be very clear. Very clear. This man is happier than I've ever seen him. He is more joyful on the phone when I call him than I've ever seen. Because he started this podcast about something that he's so passionate about. And the podcast created a business for him. And now he's doing that. He's making a little bit less. But he's passionate about that, and we've had an impact. And because of that, one of his clips the other day got shared on Instagram by Michael Rappaport, who, if you don't know who that is, he has 1.9 million followers on Instagram. This guy's only 4 months into his podcast, and he has the opportunity to impact 1.9 million people with a piece of content that he created. He planted the seed. He got in a room that 4 months ago he didn't even know existed. He literally was like, dude, how do you start a podcast? I said, well, you're going to need a mic and you're going to need a camera. And then you just start talking. And that's how it goes. And he's been building ever since. We love highlighting the success of the community. I could literally go on for hours about stories that we've heard. And I would love to do that, but you guys would get pretty annoyed. So we'll wrap it up there. Get in rooms that you don't belong in. Stay sharp in ABL. Again, not to be confused with JBL or BBL. It's at the top of the phone book. ABL. Always be learning. And then, who are you impacting? The more rooms you get in, the more opportunity you get to learn and soak in information, the more opportunity you get to impact people. I love you guys. Continue to share this. Show our social team some love. Things have been blowing up recently. We've had some pretty good episodes. We got people all over the industry that are saying, hey, I've seen your podcast here. I've seen your podcast here. I got the role in Carolina because of the podcast. There are so many different things that this has impacted people. It's all because of our social team. So if I can ask you one thing at all, please, please, please share the episodes that you like with people who you think need it, because you can impact people by sharing that message. I love you guys. Let's inspire others and continue to grow together.